What up guys, SuperMetal993 here to bring us updates and purchases number 30. I know it's been quite a few months since we last updates and purchases. Everything's stacked up pretty much, shirts, CDs, you know, the usual. And obviously there's been a distinct lack of videos lately, and I deeply apologise about that. I lost a bit of me, you know, drive to do videos and motivation to do videos. Like there's still loads of albums that I want to review. I just don't really have a lot of motivation at the moment, but it is what it is. But also things at the side have been distracting, as you know from the previous video. For those who haven't watched that video, link in the description for more details. But I'm now in a progressive technical death metal band called Erebor, which for those who know Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit series is, I believe, something to do with the Lonely Mountain, or it's named after the Lonely Mountain in Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean. But yeah, this is my new band. I'm doing vocals for this band. Obviously, I've got my bass and stuff on the side to do, but I'm so glad to be back in a band doing full-on vocals and being a frontman again, because it's one of my great joys that I love to do, and doing death metal vocals, and it feels good to be in a death metal band again, because and not only that, a good death metal band. Like not blowing our own trumpets or anything like that, but it feels good to be on the same page and wanting to create something unique and something that we all enjoy. And I really enjoy the music. It's really heavy, it's very fast paced, but it's also very challenging for me. There's a lot of fast parts, intricate parts, and even polyrhythmic, you could say, parts. So it's all going very good. We're working towards our debut album at the moment, so, and we're going to be, as I said in the video, re-releasing an EP with my vocals on, so that's all going to come in the upcoming future, and I'll let you all know in videos and stuff what's going on, and yeah, I'll definitely keep you all updated, because hopefully things pan out and we have a bright future ahead of us, hopefully. So fingers crossed. Remember, links in the description to the announcement video, and also links to the band, you know, like Facebook and whatnot. No other updates on the horizon, in all honesty. I'm going to try and get back into YouTube videos, but as I said, motivation's kind of the thing, a downside at the moment for me, but I promise I'll try and get back in as soon as I can, and obviously show you some new stuff and talk about stuff with you, because I do enjoy doing it, just motivation and all that, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's get on with some purchases. Now this is going to be a long one, so strap yourself in. I've even made a cup of tea for such an occasion, so whatever you want to do, pause the video, go make a cuppa, light a cigarette, smoke a spliff, I don't know, whatever you want to fucking do. Not that I encourage smoking spliffs and stuff, but yeah, moving on. We've got a couple of purchases here. First one, we've got some patches here. These two are black metal patches. First one being of Darkthrone's Panzerfaust. Panzerfaust, is it? Yeah. I love this album. Decided to check it out about 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I honestly fell in love with this album, and you'll understand in a minute why. But if you've heard this album, you'll understand why. It's a phenomenal album, and this will definitely be going on my jacket. I'll put that over there. But this one is the one that, like, of all the patches that exist in this wretched world we call Earth, this is the patch that I've been after out of everyone that exists at the moment. This is it. And I'm going to be honest, I did spend way more money on this than I really wanted to, but this is how much I wanted it. But, yeah, it's of Warden's Throne, and this is their logo patch. I absolutely love their logo. I think it's got a really nice symmetry to it, and just quite striking, and obviously they're one of my favourite bands, so I had to pick it up. I cannot wait to stick this on my Battle Dryad. I'm still working on it. I think I'm going to add this one on, and the Panzerfaust one, and a couple of other patches. We'll see what happens, but yeah, really happy with those patches. Got to have the black metal patches on there. And now, This next one will probably bore you, but it's talking about tech. For those remember a previous video that I done, I was talking about some what was it, PVNG or something like that, earphones that I had, and I thought they were great earphones, like really top-notch earphones. The only problem with them was they didn't last very long. The sound was topper, very high quality sound, not a lot of low end, but it still had a bit of a low end to it, but isolated really well. But they only lasted a couple of weeks. Like the quality on them was really bad when it come to everlasting, you know. So I decided to go all out and get some really good earphones, and the guitarist and drummer in Erebor recommended these ones, and I've got the case right here. They're called OnePlus Icon earphones, which this is the box, and as you can see, they're kind of design on there, which is pretty cool. They're not in here, but yeah. This is the earphones in question. Quite sturdy earphones, and I've already got a knot in them, just like everything. Yeah. Anyway, got an itchy nose. Moving on. These are them. Hopefully it focuses. There they are. Really top quality. I've already had a listen through them. They actually came while I was at work earlier, and as soon as I got in, I stuck on some quite beefier songs, and what was it? Oh, Trivium's In Waves, hence the t-shirt. Silence in the Snows, I've been on a bit of a Trivium kick, but I listened to a couple of other stuff, and it sounds really high quality, like really high quality. Like, I've paid 40 quid for these, which is very expensive for a pair of earphones, but the quality that screams out from these bad boys is unbelievable. I am really, really happy with these. Honestly, like, the other earphones isolated like quite a lot of sound, but these actually isolate pretty much everything. My mum was hoovering earlier, and I was just walking around just singing my heart out. I couldn't hear a fucking thing. It was fucking great. But yeah, moving on. It comes in a really nice box, textured and stuff. You open it up, it's like that. OnePlus, never settle, on there. And then you open it up, and you obviously get the buds at the bottom, the casing itself. If I'm not mistaken, they're sold in the UK but made in China, or the opposite way around. They're made in the UK but based in China. I can't remember what exactly it is, but they are top quality. If you're after a great set of earphones, I don't want to go into the ear monitor kind of things like a few people have done, but if you just want a good pair of earphones, wait a minute, these are the bad boys for you. They've got the angle thing. I've just used them on my bed because just making space, but they're kind of angled. Like if I point them straight, I prefer those ones like that because they sit in your ear a lot more comfier than just the straight earbuds. Like there's the normal ones that just straight stick in your ear, and they're about 20 quid, something like that. But these ones are definitely what I was after, so I'm going to keep these and use them a lot, and hopefully they don't break after a couple of weeks, because then I'll be complaining. Anyway, moving on, I've got, and it also came with a leather little case thing with the OnePlus logo. Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, nice little package, worth the money, I'd say it definitely. Anyway, got 2 DVDs. I got these yesterday from work. They were on sale, so I managed to get them. I got Ride Along 2. As you know, I got Ride Along 1, or Ride Along, whatever. And yeah, I really like this film. Me and my girlfriend watched it a couple of weeks ago, or about a month ago or whatever. But we really liked it. Very funny. Was the first one really good. I think I prefer the first one, but this one's still top notch. Where am I going to stick this? Just on there. And if I keep itching my nose, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, but oh well. Next one. Apparently this is a classic. I've only seen clips of it, so I cannot see anything. So, yeah. This one is The Wolf on Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio. Apparently this was the film that people say he should have won an Oscar for. And if that's true, then I'm looking forward to seeing this film. So I've been recommended it, so it was in sale, so might as well. Let's get another drink, but we're breezing through this quite nicely. Now to the merch. Yeah, I've got a block nose already. Oh well, what can you do? Anyway, first bit of merchandise we got is a hoodie. As you know, I have Ingested, what's it called? The Architect of Extinction on CD, which actually they reissued it not too long ago. I forgot to pull this out, so I'm going to quickly show this. They reissued it on CD, which is awesome. It sounds a lot different, but I really enjoy it. I might actually review it and give me full thoughts on it. But the bonus tracks are the Rated by No One, Faded by All EP, which is a sick EP in itself, so happy about that. But also, because it's my favourite album of all times, I've already got the shirt, got the original CD, which, for those interested, is this one. And it's signed inside as well, but I'm not going to bother with that. But this is what I was mainly after when they said they were reissuing it. I got the vinyl of my favourite album of all times. What more can I say? This is an absolute masterpiece of an album. It's just brutality, it's just evil, just dark and sinister. I absolutely love this. When it comes to slam, I mean, this is what slam, when I think slam, I think surpassing the boundaries of human suffering. Their new stuff is more brutal deathcore. Surreption was more deathcore. This is just pure fucking slam. It's incredible. It's just the reissued version of the album, and you open it up, you get the bad lads themselves being brutal as fuck. Some notes and stuff like that. Lyrics on there, which I love the lyrics to this album because they're quite vile and disgusting, like the way slam should be. And if I pull it out, there was a load of colour variants, but the one that I picked was, I think, the best. So if I hold it up, it's like a piss stain yellow from what I remember, and then blood splatters in there, which I think looks spectacular in the inner bit there and there. Yep, honestly, absolutely fantastic pressing from Sage Music, the original presses of the album. I know it used to be known as Sage of Amida, but they've changed their name now. If I can get it back in. Yeah. So yeah, honestly, a timeless classic if you ask me. Great album, absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, I'm so happy to have this on vinyl now that I've got the shirt, the reissued CD, the reissued vinyl, and the original first press album. I'm just going to put this back. I only have to get the hoodie now. Wait a minute. Hey, that's what I was going to show you. I got, because they've now signed a deal with Unique Leader Records, the label what they were destined to be on, if you ask me. I'm going to be pressing their new album when it comes out next year, 2017. Whatever it's going to be called, I know it's going to be brutal as fuck. If it sounds anything like the Architect of Extinction. But anyway, the Architect of Extinction hoodie is a large, and it's really baggy on it, and I rarely ever wear it, in all honesty. So I decided to get a medium one of Ingested, and they got the hoodie of all hoodies, really. This is the Surpassing the Boundaries of Human Suffering hoodie, with the yellow logo on the side, the new splattered kind of design, and on the sleeve, it's got some print on here, which it says, oh, it's upside down. I'll rotate a little bit so you can see it. Humanity's grave is waiting. Humanity's grave is waiting. And then on the back, it's got. Wait a minute. You can tell I'm really excited about this hoodie. But yeah, it's got the album art, which I think is gory and amazing. With the splattered logo, it just pops so much. And when I ordered this hoodie, my girlfriend was like, that is actually fucking disgusting. And I was like, yep, it's my favourite album, so live with it. And she was like, I don't think I will. And I was like, tough. Anyway, so yeah, well, now we've got some shirts. Starting off with, I was talking about the Panzerfaust. As you remember, I got Dark Thorn's Transylvanian Hungarian shirt when I fell in love with it. And I paid too much for it, obviously. And I got the patch, but I haven't owned the CD. Or have I? This is the same sort of ordeal. I've got the patch of Panzerfaust. Now I've got the shirt as well. I really like this design. I love the moon in the background. I think it pops really nicely and looks dark and quite sinister. And then on the back, true Norwegian black metal, which is exactly what it is. It's an absolute classic album, if you ask me. I honestly prefer it, I think, to Under a Funeral Moon and A Blaze in the Northern Sky, personally, but Transylvanian Hunger will always be my favourite. Next one, as you know, I performed with Decrepit Monolith, I'll Play the Villain, and StarBorn at the O2 Academy, along with, obviously, I was in Erebor. But Decrepit Monolith was returning, as I said, and they were selling some shirts, so I got the Baphomet kind of top for the new single Decrepit Monolith, which I'll leave a link in the description so where you can check out Decrepit Monolith. They are fucking phenomenal black metal. If you're into Dark Funeral or Watain or anything along those lines, check these out. They are really good stuff. But I love this shirt. I've cut the sleeves off it because this is going to be one of my new gig tops. I'm wearing this actually this Saturday when I play alongside local boys Ultraviolence, link down below, who will be changing their name soon, but I'll put like the new name X Ultraviolence and then the new Facebook if they get a new one, or just change the name, whatever. But I'm playing with two Bristol based bands, Body Harvest and Necrosis. Really looking forward to that. Next up, well, I got this one, A Fit for an Autopsy. I've already got a Fit for an Autopsy long sleeve that I still love, but this one really pops. I love how it's just all red. It just really looks good, and the design is really sick with the new logo. I love it. And obviously I love Fit for an Autopsy. So, had to get that. This one I wore when I played the Academy this past Saturday. Was it this past Saturday? I think it was. Anyway, but I got the Infinite Annihilator. Yeah. Triple D gets a good laugh when I try to pronounce this album. The Elysian Grandival Galeriarch. I think that's how you pronounce it. I got the album cover shirt. I love the new logo. I think it's got a kind of black metal-y kind of vibe to it now. But yeah, really dig it. So, really love it. Next one. Look, because you know I had Morbid Angel Illa Divinum Insanus top ages ago. But I got rid of that. It was a large and I just rarely ever wore it. But I've been getting back into Morbid Angel recently. I've been mainly listening to their album Covenant, which is still my favourite by them. But I decided to get this shirt because Erex released a couple of newer Morbid Angel shirts, as in like newer designs. And Covenant was one of them, but the design looks pretty shit, in all honesty. And same for Domination. And that one looks pretty shit, and in black and white, it doesn't look that good. But I saw this one, and I thought, you know what, it's a classic, might as well get it. I got the Morbid Angel Altars of Madness, vintage kind of top, new design. I actually really dig this top. I've been wearing it a lot since I got it, so yeah, really, really happy with that. And I'm hoping that Morbid Angel brings out a death metal album next, like everyone else thinks. Unless someone wants an industrial album, like, I do like that album, I'm not going to lie, but it's definitely not Morbid Angel. Anyway, moving on. A little bit of a local band plug. This is my cousin's band, Neolithic. This is their logo top, which I actually think is an excellent logo. I love the kind of, it actually looks like the genre, which is, if you're into drone or doom metal, check these guys out. I'll leave a link in the description. It's not my cup of tea, but you've got to rep some local talent, and they are a talented bunch of lads. Just drone isn't really my cup of tea. But check out their Facebook, and their vocalist is in a local death metal band called Vacivus, so check them out as well. Link down below. Loads of links going here, so make sure to check out all of them. Now this one has a bit of a backstory. About 3-4 weeks ago, maybe even longer, I was kinda meant to see I Declare War play Newcastle, because their Brighton date got cancelled, and it got another date up here in Newcastle. And on the tour was I Declare War, A Night in Texas, who was it? Ejon, I think it was. I can't remember how to pronounce it. I Declare War, Ejon, A Night in Texas. Osiah was also playing it, and Monsteries were meant to play it, but they didn't, and Nexover had to pull out about a week before. But anyway, the show went so shit, in all honesty. Osiah, they blew the roof off. They were absolutely fucking top notch. They were, and I'm not gonna lie, like, when I saw them with Cattle, I thought the vibes weren't quite there. It just didn't feel right. Like, no offense to the lads if they end up watching this, like, no offense, it just didn't feel right. Like, not as in genre-wise, it just didn't. Like, the performance just lacked something, I don't know. But anyway, but seeing yous with I Declare War, spot on, tight as fuck, loved it. But yeah, after that, it was about an hour to an hour and a half before A Night in Texas showed up, and Monsteries couldn't end up playing because one of the members didn't turn up. I don't know what the crack with that was, but A Night in Texas were on, and they only played like 3 songs, and then Asian went on, played 1 song, got an encore to play another song, which was like 5-6 minutes long, and then I Declare War came on. Their soundcheck took forever, and they only played like 4 songs. What the actual fuck was that? Really? I mean, that was the biggest disappointment and an embarrassment. That is a sheer fucking embarrassment, that show. And I paid £10 to get into that show, and I actually really wanted a refund, but I couldn't be arsed with arguments and shit, so I lost my rag and just left mid I Declare War set, because it was just shit. But regardless, I met Jamie Hanks from I Declare War and the new singer from A Night in Texas, which I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Really awesome dudes, and Jamie Hanks is a really great vocalist, and the new A Night in Texas vocalist is superb. So, and all the bands did put on good performances. It's just a shame that, quite annoying that the bands that played only got a couple of minutes, and it really pissed us off. But whatever, that's that. It's over and done with now. Anyway, I did manage to get a shirt. They didn't really lay out much merch, so I got A Night in Texas shirt, because I do really like this band. Really cool Grim Reaper design, red. It's kind of similar to the Fit for an Autopsy shirt in a way, but yeah, I really dig it. I've been wearing it a lot, and I can't wait for the split with Angel Maker now that they've finally, announced it. Next up, elitists are gonna go apeshit and go yay. But yeah, I got a Slayer top, a new one, because I got rid of my old one. It was just Fruit of the Loom and fucking horrible. But this one is obviously the God Hates Us All artwork. I think this may be a bootleg. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't really care, because this is actually a really, really nice design. And on the back, it's got this kind of shitty print, in all honesty. But the front is actually badass, and I'm going to be honest, I think this is the best Slayer album, God Hates Us All. I absolutely love this album. It's got more grit to it, if you ask me. But yeah, it is what it is. Next up, I placed an order through Lacerated Enemy to pre-order the new Vulvodynia album. And it came with a bunch of stickers and a poster, but I've packed them up in a little kind of memory box, and I didn't have time to pull them out for this video. But it came with also like an engorging the autopsy. I think it's engorging the autopsy. Yeah, if I can find them. Yeah, engorging the autopsy. These guys, awesome stuff. Check them out. Link down below. But anyway, but I placed an order, got a couple of stickers and stuff like that, and I got the album artwork shirt, which I think is really sick, and I love this design. The only thing though, I would say though, the design on the store looks more like a kind of like yellowy green kind of colour, whereas it's come out bright yellow, and I don't think it quite works as well. But needless to say, I love this design and I'm proud to own it regardless. Now, obviously, you know I'm a big fan of Black Craft Cult, the like brand, not band, brand. Yeah, and I've got a couple of shirts of them, and this was the one I was after, but it was always out of stock, and I finally got it. And this is the one that everyone knows from Black Craft Cult, besides the Satanic Cat one, but and I don't know why I was waving there, but hi. Anyway, proud to be God-free t-shirt, because I live by this saying, kinda, because God-free, and that didn't turn out so bad, so if I burn in hell, so be it. Anyway, so apart from the Ingested CD what I'll show you, let's get on to some CDs. We've got two hefty piles to get through, so let's strap in, and hopefully you can discover some new bands, and links will be in the description if I mention anything worth mentioning. Starting off with the Anti-Affliction with This Could Be Heartbreak. Great album, another great album from the Anti-Affliction. Check this album out if you haven't had a chance and you're into post-hardcore. Excellent stuff. Yeah, I'll put that there. Monomorph, Joms Viking, I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, the new album, good album. The production's still a bit too clean. I think it's even cleaner than Deceiver of the Gods, but the songs are alright. Yeah, but it's a decent album, so check it out if you like a Monomorph. Next up, this one it's been on repeat non-stop. Absolutely phenomenal album. Annihilator, Decrepit. It's their second latest album, because we've got a new one coming out next month. But this album is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can check out this album, because this is easily a 9 out of 10. It's unbelievable. Got so much going for it. I know it's an older release, but I might actually review it because I love it that much. And I've just forgot something. But yeah, oh, that was my chair, not me. I know what you're thinking. Anyway, next one. All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us by Architects. I reviewed this album, so check out my link in the description. But great album nonetheless. My girlfriend's got the slipcase version, and she's going to trade me for this version, because I got the box set edition, as you've seen in my CD review, which contains a beanie, which I said I'm going to give to my girlfriend because she wears beanies more than me, but it's got All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us on the front, and it's grey, and obviously I'm not going to wear grey. What are you on about? And it comes with also, I'll pull it out and I'll put this hat back in. So, you just don't mind waiting, maybe check your Facebook messages, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I'll sort that out in a bit. But it comes also with a, if you can see it, dog tag of Architects, All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us. I'm keeping this one for myself as part of the box, and she's given us the slipcase version because I think it looks a little bit better. But check out this album if you haven't already. Awesome stuff. Beartooth, Aggressive, a lot better than Disgusting. I think got a lot more groovier vibes and just honestly, just a great album nonetheless. Check it out if you haven't already. Beheaded, Never to Dawn. Excellent death metal album. Check it out if you haven't. Now this one's a kind of old school metal classic. Beneath the Sky with In Loving Memory. Really good album. Vastly underestimated this album myself, so I'm really happy that I've got it now. Bury Tomorrow, Runes. Not a massive Bury Tomorrow fan. They've got some good music going on, and I do really like the music. It's just Dan's vocals. That's just, I don't know, they're just weird to me. But yeah, great musicianship going on. And he's a great lyricist. It's just his vocals I can't massively get into. Anyway, really good album from this year. Carnifex with Slow Death. A lot more blackened, and I really didn't expect that, but honestly, great stuff going on here. And when I saw Cattle Decapitation with Osiah, I looked at their merch table. Wasn't much in the maze of shirts, and I've already got a shirt and a hoodie of them, so I decided to pick up a CD, and I got The Harvest Floor, which is when Travis decided to do those weird cleans, the ones that he's getting known for. But nonetheless, great album. Cradle of Filth, Dusk and Her Embrace, The Original Sin. Is it Dusk? Yeah, I got it right. Now, this is the original Cradle of Filth album, not the one that got put out, which is over here. If I can reach it. Not this one. This was the original album. This was the one that later got released. This is the original version of the album that never saw the light of day. But, what's it called? Cacophormus or whatever, decided to press this album, and I think it's fucking phenomenal. I think it's slightly better than the original, but that's just my opinion. But it is a great album and great artwork. Yep, check this album if you get a chance. Now, as I said, I had Dark Throne's Transylvanian Hunger on shirt, patch, and now I have it on CD. This is the reissue from, I believe, 2012. No, 2014 via Peaceville. 2 CDs. The bonus disc is a Fenris commentary disc. But this is an absolute classic, 10 out of 10 black metal album. It's honestly phenomenal with some liner notes, lyrics, and all sorts of good stuff going on here. If you haven't heard this album and you're into black metal, shame on you. But yeah, moving on. A Day to Remember with Common Courtesy. As you know, I picked up Homestick, and I love that album, really solid album. I decided to check out this one, and I fell in love with this one as well. I think it's a phenomenal album, and yeah, A Day to Remember, Here to Stay in my mind. And even more so with their new album, Bad Vibrations, with this cool little die cut kind of thing going on. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Digipack. Awesome stuff. I actually think this is the best post-hardcore album to come out this year. This has got so much going for it. A lot of different vibes going on. This, like as I said, there's a bit of a pop-punky vibe, but it fits quite well, and it works, and I really dig this album. The only thing is I'm not going to go and see them on the tour because they're playing with Neck Deep and Moose Blood, 2 bands I'm not really interested in, but this is honestly a phenomenal album. Check out Bad Vibrations, Paranoia, Justified, Forgive and Forget. My favourite song though, Exposed. That riff at the start, it's just grooving. Love it. And now for something a bit more evil. Dear Fargo with Into the Eye of Satan. Fantastic black and death metal. Check it out if you haven't already. Solid stuff. And I might as well just say, if he ends up watching this, cheers Countblagorath for kind of recommending that in your top albums, because it got us turned on to them, put it that way. Anyway, moving on. Despised Icon with Beast. The Kings of Deathcore are returning. It says on the front, the long-awaited return of Montreal's Deathcore legends. They are pure legends, and this is a legendary album. This is phenomenal. Brutal as fuck. It's got so much going for it. More of a death metal vibe than a hardcore vibe, what they've been going for. It's just it's just pure death metal and pure deathcore vibes going on. It's really well done. Love it. Next one, Disavowed with what's this called? Stagnate Existence. Quite a well-known album in death metal, so I decided to buy it. I haven't checked it out just yet, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. Released under Neurotic Records. Yeah. But yeah, check it out if you haven't already. I'm sure it's good. Next one, I've been after this album for a while, but every time I've found it on a store or anywhere, it's been like 15 quid. I'm like, no, I'm not paying that much. And then I found it on eBay for like 6 quid the other day after looking for it for so long. I've even looked on eBay quite a few times, but I found the special edition of Fear Factory's Mechanize. Yeah, great album. I actually do really like Fear Factory. It comes in a stuck case. Comes out like that. You open it up like that, and it's got Fear Factory, or Fear Factory, Mechanize on the top there, and you lower it. There's the band members, lyric book in there as well, and this cool little feature pulls the disc out. That's pretty cool. I think it's a really nice design. But yeah, I really like this album. It's got a really solid mix. It was the last album they done before programmed drums were brought into the equation, which is really shit. But yeah, good album nonetheless. Check it out. Quite meaty. Next up, Fintroll with Your Jorda's Jump. I think that's what it is. Good folky album. Really good stuff. Quite dancey, quite rhythmic. Like it. Next up, can't wait for these guys to return. The Ghost Inside with Get What You Give. Been after this album for a while. Don't know why I haven't picked it up, but really good melodic metalcore. Gojira, Magma. If you haven't checked out this album already, I urge you to do so. It is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Link in the description over where you can check out my CD review and stuff like that. All the good stuff. Next up, me and my girlfriend went to see this band at the... where was it? Was it Northumbria? No, Newcastle Uni. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really bothered about missing it, but she really wanted to go, and I was like, okay, then we'll go. Also playing on the bill was a local band, which I can't remember, but I'll link in the description. I the Mighty and... who was the other one? The Gospel Youth, that was it. And they were playing as well, all links in the description. But yeah, I went to see Hands Like Houses, and I decided to pick up their new album, Dissonance. It was the day after the show, and honestly, I really enjoyed this album. It's quite a cheesy post-hardcore kind of album, post-hardcore alternative rock kind of stuff, but really solid album. Give it a chance if you like post-hardcore or you have a bit of an open mind when it comes to post-hardcore. Next up, the only one I need to complete my El Nino discography, and that was this one, Dead New World. Yeah, really nice cover, digipack. Not the best of albums, but still really good stuff. Next two, I had to buy these because these albums mean a lot to me now. They are honestly fantastic. I'm going to get 2 bits of tattoos of each of the albums. So I got In Heart's Wake's second album, Earthwalker. Love that cover, amazing. And Skydancer, which are both incredible albums. So if I can't choose between the two because like Earthwalker is a great song, Gravity, Mother, and then on this one, Father, Breakaway, Skydancer, Wildfire, Cottonmouth. Just great albums nonetheless. I cannot wait for these guys to bring another album out. That's going to be incredible. Moving on, Infidelamsterdam with the Elysian Grandeval Gallery Arc. Yeah, I'm going to review this album, so I'm not going to say too much, but it is really good. Really, really good. Is it better than the Palpable Leprosy Pollution? We'll see. Anyway, next one. Issues with Headspace. I've reviewed this album. Check out a link in the description. Really good stuff. I quite enjoyed this album. Next up, Isogrim with, what's this album? The Ferryman's End. Yeah. A really solid death metal album. I honestly prefer Congress of the Insane, but this is still really, really solid. Next, some Catatonia. I got Viva Emptiness. Really solid album. Yeah, this is, I believe, a reissue of some sort. I think so. Or an original. I don't know. But yeah, great album nonetheless. Catatonia never disappoint. I bought this one because I got recommended to check it out, and I thought, you know what, might as well give it a chance. And I was blown away. Absolutely blown away. This is another acoustic Catatonia, because I've got Dethroned and Uncrowned. But this is the other acoustic version. This was part of the acoustic tour that they've done. This is Sanctitude. Sanctitude? Yeah. Sanctitude? Yeah, if you haven't checked out this album, or watched the video, or DVD at least, there is something wrong here. The most beautiful experience of my life, like, or one of, should I say, like, just watching it and just feeling so at ease, and just watching the beautiful ambience just flow out of my speakers and just be encapsulated in the live performance. It's honestly phenomenal, and this is just a mind-blowing album. It's unbelievable. Next up, we have their new album, The Fall of Hearts. I've tried to review this a few times. It took us a few takes, but I'm going to try and review it again, give me thoughts on it. But this is a great album, and the artwork is quite stunning. Like, love it. Yeah, excuse me. Right, I'm going to move these over this way. Move that one back. Right, anyway, moving on. We're going to get into 3 albums of the same band again. And this is a little bit of a different vibe from Catatonia. We're going to be talking about Letlive, and this is their second album, Fake History. I've listened to this album once, and I can't remember what it sounds like, but it was good. And it features one of their well-known songs, which I believe is called Mutter, or Mother, or where is it? Oh, but my girlfriend, when she's over, we usually listen to the song. I think it's the 6.8 billion, I think it's called. Yeah, that's a pretty good song, but yeah, good album nonetheless. Check it out. The one that I've heard the most of, besides this other one, the new one, is The Black is Beautiful. Yeah, really like this album. Some great songs on here. Which was the one that I liked? White America's Beautiful Black Market, I think it was called. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, good album nonetheless. But an even better album is their new one, If I'm the Devil. If you haven't checked out this album and you're into post-hardcore, there is seriously something wrong. This is phenomenal. This has got so much passion behind it. It's unbelievable. Easily the most passionate album and most emotional driven album I've heard this year. It is incredible. Incredible. Check it out. Check out the songs. Good Morning America. Another offensive song. The title song, If I'm the Devil. It's incredible. Links in the description. You can check out some stuff. Next one. I need this one to complete this band's discography. Man Must Die with Start Killing. Yeah, haven't checked out this album yet, so not much to say on it. Morbid Angel, Domination. I keep on calling this Dominion, but anyway. Domination. Yeah, really solid album. Comes with a poster, which I'm not going to get out, but really good album. I'm really happy to have that. That was the one, I believe, that had Eric Rutan from Hate Eternal in it, so great album nonetheless. Next one. My Dying Bride, Feel the Misery. Great album again. My Dying Brides never disappoint, really. Great album nonetheless. And I have to say, that album art, the stained glass window, Absolutely amazing. Next up, Naglafar. I think that's how you pronounce it. Nagfar? Or whatever. Harvest. Now this one I got turned on to through Countblagorath's CD collection video, and I've been watching his videos a lot lately, catching up really on some older videos. But yeah, I checked out this album after his CD collection video, and I was really impressed with this album, so I found it on eBay for like a $5 later that night. So yeah, thanks for that, Count. Really appreciate it. The new Neil's album, what's this called? You Will Never Be One of Us. Really good album. It's sad that they've now split up, or gone on hiatus. It's a real shame, but what can you do? Good album nonetheless. Violent as fuck. Opeth, if I can speak. Opeth, Pale Communion. Now this album, in my opinion, gets overlooked a little bit. I think this is a really good prog rock album. Really solid riffs, some really good time signatures in there, and just great vibes going all over. So make sure you check this album if you haven't already. I got this second hand from eBay, so it's a little bit worse for wear, but I'm not bothered. Great album nonetheless. Next two I got from eBay. I got Origins Entity. Really good album. My favourite song, it features one of my favourite Origin songs, You Feel. It's a bonus track, but I honestly love that track, so check it out. And I got another Origin album, Omnipresent. I've only give this another spin the other day, and I fell in love with it like instantly. What's it called? Oh, there was one song that I absolutely loved in it. Unattainable Zero, that was it. And Obsolescence, I think it was it. Yeah, and Kill Yourselves, the bonus track, is awesome. But yeah, check out this album, it's really solid. Next up, I've reviewed this album also, check it out in the description. Osiah, Terra Firma, the debut album, well worth it, and I got it signed by the entire band. Awesome stuff. Thanks a lot, guys. It'll be making an appearance in my top albums, as you know when I told you. Anyway, moving on, we got Pathology with Lords of Rephium. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, solid album. I think Pathology is starting to get a bit boring now and a bit samey. But the new version of Code Injection is really solid. But I honestly prefer the original. But the artwork by PaulWWilson, one of the best art designers in the world, if you ask me. Great stuff. Now these next two, just have something to talk about these. I got a message asking would I mind checking out their albums, and I was like, sure. Have you got a link? And he was like, no, I'll send you the albums just so you can check them out. And I was like, seriously? And he went, yeah, sure, man, no bother. So he sent us their two releases. It's called Revenge Prevails, and I believe they're from Sweden. And these are the first bands to ever send us stuff, so I'm really buzzed about that. I'm going to be honest though, I haven't checked them out yet, but I'm really, really looking forward to them. I listened to a little bit of a track from the album, which I'll talk to them about in a second, but they sent me a photo, which I can't remember where I put. I think I put it in my box. But yeah, they sent me two releases, and this is the first one called Black Void Injection. Yeah, this is an EP, and really nice digipack design, liking that. But the one that I checked out a song of, and I liked the sound of it, was their debut album called Dark Trembling Solace, which is this one. Really interesting artwork. I think that's pretty cool design. And booklet in there, and the CD. Check out these guys, link in the description to everything. Make sure you check these guys out, awesome stuff. So I can't remember the name of the guy that sent us them, but if he'll probably end up watching this video. So cheers for sending these. I'll definitely give on my thoughts when I get a chance. So awesome stuff. Got another Sabaton album, The Art of War Rearmed, another great Sabaton album. The Art of War 40 to 1, and I can't remember the other one what I like, but yeah, good album nonetheless. But this next one, absolute black metal perfection, if you ask me. Satyricon with Nemesis Divina. This album is just incredible. I've listened to this so many times over the past couple of weeks, and it's blew me socks off every time. It's flawless, just great, solid black metal. Released on the Napalm Records, this reissue. But yeah, check it out if you haven't. It's just incredible. Next one, the best supergroup release of 2016 has to be Sincerum with Sincerum with Echoes of the Tortured. Load of big names in this release. There's like Attila from Mayhem, Sean from Darth, Joey Jordison, formerly of Slipknot, obviously, Frederick from Dragon Force, and a few other guys in there. And it's honestly a dark but groovy, heavy album. Check it out if you haven't already. It's incredible, if you ask me. It comes with a merch card that keeps on sliding out, so great stuff. Next up, Sirenia. I think that's it. Yeah, Sirenia with The Seventh Life Path. Now, I'm not massive into symphonic metal, but this is honestly a really solid album. It's got a bit of a death metal kind of vibe to it, and quite a groovy kind of vibe. It's quite heavy, you know, honestly, quite good, yeah. But check out this album if you haven't already. Fantastic artwork, and yeah, what more can I say? You open it up, digipack. Check it out, really solid release from 2015. Now, one that I honestly didn't expect to like as much, but I honestly love it, is Skillet with Unleashed. Really solid album. Check out the songs Feel Invincible, Stars, Undefeated, Famous, and Watching for Comets. All great songs. You can probably see my stomach a little bit in the background, but yeah, great album nonetheless. Next up, Soilwork with The Ride Majestic. Really solid melodic death metal album. It's not the melodic death metal kind of like epic like Amon Amarth. It's more like the groovy, grittier kind, if you ask me. But yeah, great album nonetheless. And before people ask, no, I haven't heard the new album. Next up, I honestly fell in love with this artist when I heard his album. What was it called? Shit. Hands Cannot Erase, or Hand Cannot Erase. Yeah, this one, Steve Wilson's album, Hand Cannot Erase, and 4.5. I fell in love with those albums, so I had to go and get the other ones to check those out. And so I got the 3 remaining ones that I needed. And they are Insurgents, which is this one. Great album. Next one is Grace for Drowning. Solid classic album. My favourite one of these 3 was this one, which is The Raven That Refused to Sing and Other Stories. I love that artwork, I might as well add. Really good stuff, and the music is beautiful, majestic, and I absolutely love it. There's a lot of stuff I love in here, but I love me music, what can I say? Anyway, next one, I think I've reviewed this album, I'm sure I have. Anyway, link in the description to check it out. Thrice with To Be Everywhere Is To Be Nowhere. Really solid progressive metal, progressive rock, maybe a bit of a post-hardcore kind of vibe. Yeah, really solid stuff. Check it out if you haven't already. What's the song called? Black Honey. That's my favourite song, this one. Great stuff. Next up, Tremonti with Dust. Part 2, you could see over the 2 album kind of concept thing. Yeah, Court Size was part 1, and this is part 2. I honestly prefer part 1, but this is still a really solid album. Next up, The Kings of Return, if you ask me. Volbeat with Seal the Deal and Let's Boogie. The most underrated band in metal these days. Like, there's a lot of people that like them, but they are vastly underrated, if you ask me. They are incredible band, and this album proves it. Kind of a reverse digipack. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's weird, but yeah. I honestly really like this album. There's some great songs on here, so check it out if you haven't already. Obviously, as I got the shirt, Vulvodynia with psycho-sadistic design. One of the best slam albums to come out in 2016, and one of the best albums to come out in general in 2016. This is incredible stuff, heavy as fuck, and a load of guest appearances. You need to check this out if you haven't already and you're into heavy, brutal death metal. Now, there's a bit of a competition between two power violence albums as to what was better, and that is Neil's, obviously, what was it called again? You'll Never Be One of Us, sorry. But this one, I think, was better. I just felt a lot more aggression from it, and it just sounded nastier. I'm talking about Weekend Nachos with Apology. This album is crushingly good. It's blisteringly fast, blisteringly in your face, and just downright dirty. Dirty album. I absolutely love it. So check it out if you haven't already. And the final album we're going to be talking about is Whitechapel with Mark of the Blade. Apparently the most disappointing album of 2016. I disagree. I think this is a really solid album. I don't think it's as good as Our Endless War. I think that album was incredible. I thought it had a great vibe of both eras, or all eras of Whitechapel. But this one's kind of like a different kind of vibe. It's more of a groove metal kind of vibe to it, rather than a deathcore vibe, personally. But, yeah, it's the Digipack, a special edition, which comes in this little box. You get the Digipack version of the album, which opens up like that. Cool stuff. You get a keyring of the blade, the logo, and you get also a pen with Whitechapel Mark of the Blade. It should be Mark of the Pen, but what can I say? And then you get this stencil thing. Anyway, and you also get this 2006, the 2006 demos of Whitechapel, featuring some songs from like the debut album, Semantic Defilement. I couldn't think of the word there. But yeah, I haven't checked out this yet because I think this is the about 2 demos, sorry, from 2006. So yeah, cool stuff. So yeah, I do like this album. I don't think it's as solid as the previous Whitechapel albums, but it is what it is. But yeah, those are all the albums that I've been getting lately. There's quite a few albums that I want to review from 2016. And yeah, what more can I say? Some class t-shirts, some great albums to pick up. And obviously I'm in a new band now, so as I said, all the links of stuff that I've mentioned in the description below. And I'll see you until the next video. And remember, stay metal, and hopefully it won't be too long until the next video. I'll see you later.